the other myth is, well, yeah, but I'm 30 years old. I don't care if you're 30, 50, 80, 90, 110. If that brain does not age in a manner in which it becomes incapable of plasticity, of improving itself. The main problem that we have with aging is that people stop challenging the brain. And when they stop challenging the brain, it atrophies. It just literally, through disuse. And we all heard the term, use it or lose it. Well, man, is that important, and is that attributable to what the neurological system does? And that is, it must be continuously stimulated and challenged for it to occur properly. The most common thing we hear with people today is my memory. And they immediately generalize from that to Alzheimer's or dementia. And you say, whoa, whoa, whoa. If you don't use your memory and challenge your memory, you were doing that in school and in college and in the early part of your life, in your business or whatever you're doing, you don't realize it's like physical activity. Use the correlate or use the analogy of the body. If you worked out a reasonable amount all your life and then all of a sudden you stopped, you atrophy. Your workout, your respiratory system, the striated muscles, all the things in your body change. They're not as efficient, they're not as functioning as well. Exactly the same with the brain. You're using it through school, you're using it here, but at the point at which you get lazy and you don't use the brain and you reduce those activities or get them out of balance, your brain will atrophy. So the brain needs, now remember what I said earlier, that the brain will not only reinstate networks, let's say your memory, so that you memorize better, but your brain will go beyond that if you give it the proper stimulation and challenges. This plasticity is wonderful because if you atrophy, if something drops back and say, oh, my memory is really not what it was when I was 30, you can improve your memory at roughly 5 times the rate it fell behind. So if you allowed it to fall behind for a couple of years, in a few months of some 2 to 3 times a week stimulation of the brain will be functioning for you again. So adults, hear me. You want it to go away? You want to lose it? Don't use it. Now, don't just use it. What are you using it on? Now, a lot of things around us challenges our brain. Crossword puzzles, rhymes, singing songs, remembering songs. But if you start dropping back on that, if you stop challenging the brain with this information and stimuli coming in from the outside environment, it will atrophy. So as important to people who are trying to get through school or trying to get through a training course at work or trying to be learning a new job, but just people who say, I would like to live a brighter, fuller, happier, more satisfying life, then your brain is your vehicle, your portal to life. It is. It's your portal to life. So keep it tuned up. Like your radio, if you don't keep those tubes tuned up, you won't be able to get as many stations. So the adult has an enormous amount to gain from these simulations and challenges that we offer in our program. They really do. However that's delivered, ideally in some organized setting, or even if it's with a parent and a child, that the parent and a child work together in some way. That we have counselors that kind of motivate you like a personal trainer to get that done. But we know that we all have this tendency that whenever we're given something, a constant stimulation, say to develop our body or develop a muscle or develop our respiratory systems, our doctor tells us to do it, we start with vigor and we taper off. So we try to get it into a setting where we assure you and help you to say, hey, you're going to really receive some rewards from this, so let's get you doing this. And we provide that within our program. But adults, you're as capable of utilizing this concept we found of plasticity, improving your brain, as any child of any age. They may do it at times a little faster than you for certain areas, but both of you can do it. Absolutely, positively make significant gains.